Hey, what's up everyone? I hope you're all having a wonderful day or night, but for now, let's get into the video.
I'm going to be really honest about something, and I'm telling you now, it's going to make some of you really uncomfortable. You already know. That's the plot twist. You already know. You're just not listening yet. Not because you can't, but because listening to your gut and your intuition will require you to change. And to change requires courage. It is going to be so easy to stay exactly where you are and to do nothing. But if it is your calling, it will keep calling. So pick up.
If you expect me to translate what she said, I'm sorry, but I don't speak Coconese. Words used to mean something, didn't they? I remember that a long time ago, but I think usually you could have made sense out of what people were saying.
Why are so many people settling with being someone's backup option? Like, see if someone is not having a conversation with you early on about their intentions and what it is that they want. Or if they're saying, oh, I'm not ready for a relationship, I just want to, hang out. Like, come on, get a grip. Like, does no one have any self-worth anymore? If you want a relationship with that person, why the are you lying to yourself and just going along with what someone else wants because you're scared to lose them? Lose what?
Exactly. But could it be at all possible that when I say I don't want a relationship, I mean it? Could that mean that I'm not lying to myself and not even to you? Because I am telling you exactly what I want or don't want, and instead you should take my word for it and not try to change my mind? Is it at all possible for you to appreciate the honesty, and if that's not what you're looking for, take it a sign that you should move on? I would have thought it's way worse for me to tell you exactly what you want to hear and just drag you along, but I guess I was wrong.
So, some of my closest friends did not show up for my 30th birthday, and I just want to talk about this. Recently turned 30. It was around a week and a half ago now, and I have really realized in this kind of lead up to my birthday, you know, a lot about some of my friendships that I've had for a long time. And I just want to speak about it because I feel like a lot of people feel they don't have people that will show up for them the same way that they would for somebody else. And I've really felt that recently. And it kind of triggered from my birthday plans, to be honest. So I made birthday plans and I invited some of my closest friends. My friends are all over the place, so I kind of knew it would be hard to get everybody together because of the locations and things like that. But these people in these locations have been my friends or best friends for over 5 to 10 years. So, I thought because it's such a big birthday, people would make that effort for me.
Oh wow, you're not just incredibly selfish, you're also a horrible friend. The video was 6 minutes long and all she did for 6 minutes was bashing her closest friends, in her words, for not showing up to her birthday. She never really explained why they didn't show up, but it was kind of implied that they needed to travel and most likely spend a lot of money just to be there for her birthday. Hate to break it to you, princess, but if you are that good of a friend, all you expect from your friends on your birthday is happy birthday. Not for them to spend hundreds, if not even thousands of dollars just because it's your birthday. But just keep in mind that even though she was bashing her own friends for 6 minutes, she was not looking for sympathy because she actually said so.
Like, respect yourself, respect your boundaries. And if people aren't meeting those, then see ya. But yeah, this isn't a sob story either, by the way. I don't want any sympathy for this. I just wanted to speak about it.
Alright guys, I'm probably just stalling so I don't have to go make my salad and so I can just mow these chips, but what is a normal amount of time on a dating app that we're chatting? Like, where does the chatting go from chatting to you're asking me on a date or you're cutting it?
Good question. I also have one. How long until parents instill some common sense into their kids? Or another one. How old should humans be until they develop some common sense by themselves and they learn not to chew and speak at the same time? I'm guessing you're pushing 40s, so probably longer than that. But I'm guessing you're also doing that on dates, so oh no, how could you possibly be single?
I am going to need the younger generation of women to step to the front of the class immediately. We have something very important to talk about this morning. I am an elder millennial, I think. I don't know. Here's what I could tell you about myself. When I was in junior high, early high school, the internet became a thing. I'm 39, okay? And I am a feminist. I believe in feminism. I believe in women choosing to do whatever they want with their lives. You want to be a stay-at-home mom? Be a stay-at-home mom. You want to be a corporate baddie, boss babe? Do it. You want to be a mix of something in between or something that has never been done before? I fully support you, girl. The important theme in all of this is that you have a choice. Okay, and I'm gonna sit you down and tell you something about being traditional, which you certainly can, but I'm gonna tell you something that I heard over the years my grandma say and my mom say, okay, and that is that you always need to have your own money.
But that kind of rules out the stay at home mom, right? So what was it? Oh, you have a choice, but make sure you don't choose that. Exactly. Choose this instead.
Yay, I just got home from work. Now it's time to work out and cook dinner. And then shower and go to bed. Wow.
I'm scared I'll have angry men in the comments, but this is for the girlies, okay? Go away. Okay, if you're ever trying to figure out why the hell you always pick the wrong guy, I found an explanation. I've discovered that men can be put in Greek god categories. I know it sounds crazy, but it's a way of deciphering them. Trust me that it'll all make sense in a second. For example, Apollo. Apollo is successful, he's charming, he's the golden boy, but he tends to love the idea of you more than your actual depth. And he doesn't handle rejection well. Aries is super passionate at first. He moves fast and he fights hard. He is amazing in bed, but awful at emotional regulation.
Well, I mean, he was the god of war, but hey, don't let that stop you. You can change him. It has to be exhausting going through all this mental gymnastics to come up with reasons why you're single, right? Here's an idea, just stick with the usual. You can find a good man because they're all bad. Saves you some time and you can just keep ahead and take your medication.
Not to be controversial, but like attractiveness is not that meaningful in men.
Oh.
Like, let's just be honest. Who cares if they're hot?
That's one thing I've
That
also had to metabolize.
Goes away.
Too.
They all lose their hair. Like, it just doesn't really matter.
There's an energy.
Yeah,
I
it's
think
all
that
about
becomes-
energy. And that's why it's so hard on the apps because you can't pinpoint if this guy is going to have a knockout personality and be
100%.
so hot because he's funny and cool and confident, whereas the hot guy at the bar could have nothing going for him.
Oh, and
except for his looks.
I've done that. You know, I've dated hotties, and hotties are usually broke. Hotties are usually like emotionally immature narcissists. And I was like, and now that I've gotten older, I'm like, what do you want? Do you want a hottie or do you want someone for your whole life? And so I have felt like that. Like some of the men I've dated that I've met in person, I would never probably pick on the app, but they have swag or we have a vibe or they're funny. And so that's just helped me, to be more open.
Yeah, and more desperate. I mean, a little bit. Or maybe not just a little bit. I mean, we say, oh my god, it was 3 of them at least. That didn't stop them to go, oh my god, these energies and personalities and Barzies and hotties. And yeah, we all know the stories because we live them. You were looking for the hot guys at a bar to buy you a drink. And of course, it never bothered you to go through all of them just because they were willing to buy you a drink. And they were hotties, of course. As a man, these are the women you should stay away from. You'll get into a relationship, but even though she wanted you at the beginning, because again, she was desperate, but sooner rather than later, she's gonna resent you just because she feels like she's settling. Find yourself a woman who really wants to be with you, not one who's gonna be with you just because suddenly started hearing her biological clock ticking.
Do you trust your man around other women?
Yes. Yeah.
Do you trust other women around your man?
No.
If women don't even trust other women, why would they expect a man to trust women?
All right, let's talk about the number one sign that a man is operating more in the feminine rather than the masculine. All it takes is this one or two questions to be able to recognize this. So if a man asks you, what do you contribute or what do you bring to the table? That's the number one sign that he's in his receiving rather than giving energy. Receiving is the feminine, the giving is the masculine, okay? Because a man in his healthy masculine doesn't ask what you bring to the table. A man in his healthy masculine has already built the table and he's already sitting at that table and he's inviting you to come join him.
Well, isn't that convenient? All you have to do is exist and join the table. Well, I mean, at least you didn't go with the usual, I am the table, so that's a plus. But since you ladies still can't find the answer to that question, I'm gonna explain it to you in the most Neanderthal way. I hunt, bring meat, you cook. There you go, that's it. That's you bringing something to the table, because it takes two to keep a relationship, which is, by the way, the table. And yeah, I know, oh, you men and cooking. Fine, you bring the meat, I'll cook. It will still be both of us bringing something to the table, and that will keep the relationship going. Oh no, but I'm in my receiving? Was it? Sure, okay.
The average age for having your first child now is 31. The average age for buying your first house is 36. And the average age for getting married, even though marriage rates are declining in general, the average age for a female is 31 and for a male is 32. So I think it's really important that we're stretching this sort of conversation, not just for 20s, but 20s and 30s, because I think it's beautiful that our youth is extended and we're living longer so we can push back some of our life goals and milestones and stuff. But yeah, it's a really confusing 20 years.
I would imagine it's pretty confusing hearing this in your 20s. Your youth is not extending. No matter how much you ladies want to be young forever, you're gonna get older. And sure, women wait until their 30s to have their first kid, but is that a good thing? Not only that, fertility drops after you reach 30s, so you might find yourself in a place where you can't even have kids if you wanted to, but you can even look at medical records and realize that it's kids that are born from mothers that had them in their 20s are usually healthier. But who cares? As long as you're extending your youth, you go for it.